I wanted to touch back on something you said with getting followers. And that's getting followers is one thing, but reach, the word reach, is far more important. Can you tell me a little bit about that difference between getting followers and then reach and how it would be measured and what we would use to create reach?
Yeah. So the reason why I love the phrase tweet reach, and there's a site for this, tweetreach.com, is that there is an obsession with the amount of followers that you personally have. And there's an obsession, so much so that people are even tempted to buy followers. And please, let me decode, do not do this. But there's an obsession with getting followers on your own, under your own name, under your own banner. But if you take that example of that on one particular day, even though I have 30 or 31,000 followers, 3 million people were reached, and I measured this on TweetReach, then that is 100 times more powerful than I could have done on my own. Mm-hmm. So what TweetReach does, tweetreach.com, is it measures not only your followers, but all of the followers that retweet you on any given day. So if you go to tweetreach.com and just type in your Twitter handle, and also it works really well with hashtags you're using for an event, you can measure very, very clearly, in about 10 seconds, how many people had the potential to see your tweets. Totally irrelevant to how many followers you personally have. Mm-hmm. And this is a much stronger measurement for really measuring engagement in the Twitterverse. Mm-hmm. Because for two reasons. It stops the obsession about followers, and it stops you even being tempted to buy them. And it stops you being depressed that because you've just started you don't have too many.
But just figuring out what to tweet on Twitter. We've talked about this briefly when we talked about the 140 characters.
You're talking about the core message, the actual content to tweet?
Yes, yes.
If you get your head around the idea of the 80-20 rule, let's say we take that as a given. We take this as a given, the 80-20 rule. This idea of share, 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 then ask, which is Gary Vee's really cool phrase. Share first, then ask for help. If we take that as a given, the big question often becomes, well, where do I find this material? Mm-hmm. Where do I find this material, and how do I turn it into a tweet that's of use to my followers and my friends? So, two parts to that question. The first part is the content, which I often use Paper.li, Paper.li. This is my favourite site on the Twitterverse, and it's a fantastic way to source content. You can have your own digital newspaper, the Keith Keller Daily, and every day at 9 a.m. Melbourne time, it curates stuff from the internet with 25 different topics: social media, Twitter, Melbourne, Australia, Texas chicks, Melbourne dudes. It just picks topics that I'm interested in. And it makes it into this really lovely looking newspaper which has my brand on it.